Well, I view Web3 as the world in which the code is open source instead of closed source. The users own their data instead of being the data. And the users and the contributors govern the network and own the network instead of a small number of shareholders owning the network. So I think those three characteristics unite to make it very, very unique. And then there's all kinds of offshoots from that, DAOs and digital scarcity and tokens and all that. But I think those are the three key underlying characteristics. You could also argue composability is a big deal, but that comes, I think, from the open source nature. But yeah, to me, Web3, and I think Paki and Chris have gone a lot into this. It's, the users and the contributors own the tokens and control the network. The code is all open source, so anybody can get to it. These stateful open source databases live online, and users access them with their private keys and own their data instead of being exploited, and they have a piece of the future. It's true. These are community owned marketplaces that are running these new protocols, these new networks, and these new applications, which is a mind-bogglingly new concept. So new that the powers that be, the regulators and the existing old world of investors, doesn't know how to grok it. So their first instinct is like, this must be bad. By the way, I would argue that one of the other things that really happened in 2021 that was not so good is that the so-called final boss, I call them the final boss, the governments of the world who don't like crypto really took notice and really stood up to the point where China this time around really did make a serious effort at banning crypto. India's talking about banning privacy coins and unhosted wallets, what they call unhosted wallets, but like the real wallets. And even the US is, in a very hostile regulatory environment. So all of these good things, good in quotes, that happened in the last year are also accelerating the confrontation with the final boss, which doesn't have to be a confrontation. I think it's a fundamental misunderstanding of what crypto is and how free societies can benefit from it. But that's a very difficult argument to make. It's very nuanced, and it doesn't fit into any existing buckets. It's not like you can just say, oh yeah, it's like we took PayPal and we made it like lower fees, right? It resists analogy. Not only does crypto resist summarization, it resists analogy. It's too new. It's like trying to analogize the internet to the telegraph or the TV. You would miss more than you would actually capture.